All right, Robert, here we go. This is the work that you've hired me for. So we're going to get started right off the bat here then. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I've got us a jar here, just a regular mason jar. This is what I typically use for this type of work. And I've got both of our people's names here. I'm not going to show the names, but they're on the other sides of this paper, just because I don't want to out them in the video. For your safety and mine, they are now in the jar. Now the next thing that I'm going to do, I got some Black Velvet whiskey here. I asked them at the store, I don't drink really, but I asked them at the store for the cheapest, nastiest whiskey that they had. I figure cheap, nasty whiskey will do a little bit more damage than some expensive stuff. More mistakes are made on cheap whiskey than they are good whiskey. And I know this stuff is nasty from back in the day when I used to drink. Yep, that's definitely Black Velvet. So we're gonna soak their names right now in that whiskey. Look at them swimming around in there, in the whiskey. Alright, so a couple other ideas that I had here that I didn't mention on film, and again, we can escalate this as far as you need to, but this will add a little bit more oomph for right now. I have some, where did my little pouch go? I have some brimstone right here, some sulfur. So I've already got that on a spoonful here. We're gonna, yeah, that stuff's bubbling up. Wait till we get a little fire on this. And this stuff smells terrible. It's turning into a nasty resin right now, almost like a glue. People often use this in banishing rituals. It's one of my favorite ingredients. So we're just going to go ahead and put that right in there. I'm going to rinse my spoon off so we can get all that nasty sulfur in there. Yeah, that's some fragrant stuff. It smells like rotten eggs. The next thing I'm going to add to this, I got a jar of broken glass here. Broken glass is another one of my favorite ingredients. Broken glass tends to add chaos to a situation. So you know what, we'll just shake this up a little bit more, get that glass good and broken there. And we'll pour just a little bit in here. There we go. Smoking cigarettes is another thing I don't typically do, but I figure cigarette butts are pretty nasty too, so this couldn't hurt as well. And another thing that I wanted to add in here was my Banish, Protect, and Bind salt. So I made this stuff myself. I've been trying to sell this stuff. It's available at some local shops. And it's also for sale online if you know that anybody that's interested. This stuff doesn't really smell that bad. It smells similar to oak moss. Yeah, still got a pretty good scent to it, but this is black salt. I've used ashes in it. This actually has sulfur in it too, despite its good scent, but I was trying to market this more so it was more user friendly, but I feel like this will do good in here as well, just because of the sulfur and the salt tends to bind things. So we're just going to get a little bit of that in here. Not a whole lot, but salt tends to harshen things out a little bit. Adding salt to a wound, so to speak, never hurt anything. So finally, you wanted a cord cutting ritual here. So what I did was I got some baler twine here. One side's hers and one side's his. This is a pretty simple ritual. A lot of people overthink this. It doesn't necessarily need to be overthought. I just use twine, basic twine that you can find on a hay bale. And we're going to take this and we are going to cut right down the middle of the knot. Pretty thick knot there. Almost through. Alright, we've got our two ends here. These are both going in the jar. Oh, that's the glass. And that's about it. And just for good measure here, throw the cigarette in there and shake this sucker up. Now chaos should start ensuing pretty quick. Even if it's not evident to you, I don't want you to underestimate the power in this. We need to believe in it. There's no set time on this, but I believe that chaos within the relationship will start happening rather quickly. It might not be evident, but it will. And this should get us the results that we're looking for. And if not, there's further procedures that we can perform here, but this is a great first step. A great first step. Now, like I said on the protection thing earlier, when I'm doing banishment rituals, especially in circumstances like this, I don't like to do protection spells in conjunction with it, because sometimes this spell needs to be unbridled and a little bit unhinged in order for your client, your female client in particular, to really get the hint here. If this doesn't hurt a little bit, then it's not going to work. So we want the chaos to affect both of them. And you know, the banishment salt that I put in there offers a little bit of protection. So we'll send a prayer up to my higher power here and pray that what protection is in here goes to her. I'm going to take a quick moment of silence and connect to my higher power here, and the jar will go in the freezer after that. All right, Robert, I'm going to end the video here. Here's your jar, the finished product. Shake it up one more time. That's good and sealed, and we'll talk soon.